What is going on, guys? I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today we're working on the good old Civic and trying to fix our last main issue that we're really having. Sorry if I sound a little bit off. I think I might have the flu, so bear with me. And bear with my camera crackling because I don't know what's going on with that either. But again, today we're trying to fix our last issue with the Civic, and that is our weird idle issue. And the last thing I think I really need to replace is this, my thermostat. So when sensors go bad on Hondas, and this is what I've heard from people and read online, is they will make weird revving things to make it be like, hey, you got something going on. So today we're gonna try and fix that issue by replacing our thermostat, and hopefully our revs go normal. Pretty much our thermostat is in this area, so we have to disconnect all these hoses to get to the 2 bolts. So we gotta drain the coolant out just so we don't make a mess, and then we can start disconnecting hoses to get to it. It shouldn't be too bad of an install, but every time I work on this car, it's always a hard install for some reason. So we're gonna start getting at it and seeing how fast we can do this. Now, a question you might be asking is, how do I know my thermostat is bad and stuck closed? Well, let's just say I opened up my rad and no fluid came out, so it wasn't recycling and just stuck in the top tubes there. So with that being said, I know it's not flowing, so we gotta take that off. That only made a ginormous mess, but we took the old one out, and I'm pretty sure that this one looks like it's closed. Advice, do this on jack stands, because I just lost a lot of coolant and I have to clean my driveway so no little stray dogs come and eat my coolant. And that's also why I did it in my front yard instead of my backyard, so my dog can't get to my coolant stuff. But we lost a lot of coolant. I just quickly put the new thermostat in, but this old one definitely is like seized up and doesn't look right, I don't think. And I don't know, the gaskets look a little bit messed up too. So new one, we just have to replace the housing and start her up. So the motor is still fluctuating pretty bad. I want to say it sounds a little bit better than it was, but it's still doing it. And now I'm noticing something, so I'm gonna have to go and see if my plugs are all the way in, because for some reason it's not reading the temp on the dash anymore, and before it was. So I'm gonna dive into it a little bit, see if maybe the plug didn't get all the way plugged in or something, but it's kind of interesting. It's definitely interesting because when the car was heating up, the bottom hose was actually starting to get warm, which it definitely wasn't doing before because it wasn't flowing properly before. So now it seems like everything's flowing properly, but the reading on the dash, for whatever reason, doesn't want to read anymore, and I'm not too sure why that is. It just stays at a solid, I'm cold, bro. But I know for a fact the car's not cold because stuff was bubbling, stuff was getting steamy, and that ain't a cold car. So I don't know why it doesn't want to read the temp anymore, and it still is fluctuating just a bit. So I'm gonna have to definitely dive into these codes and see what I am having and trying to troubleshoot a few more problems. But right now it's interesting that it didn't fix the problem. So I did replug that sensor back in, and it still doesn't seem to be working right. I don't know why it's still reading that it's like frozen cold, and the tubes are starting to get pretty warm, so I'm assuming there should be some sort of reading. so I'm not really sure what's going on. I'm gonna keep idling out a little bit longer and seeing if anything changes, but I'm not looking very hopeful right now. We are slowly getting there. My issue is that it's like 20 degrees outside right now, so it's taking a while to warm up, and just having this jumping idle is like an embarrassing sound to have. It doesn't sound good, so I'm gonna keep letting it temp up a bit. Hopefully my thermostat opens and flushes the system and it fixes my idle, but we'll see. So my hope was that it will start bubbling up by now and fixing my idle issue, but that's not the case right now, and right now it's just not doing much of anything. And I'm not sure the car is all the way heated up or not right now, but so far the thermostat isn't opening. It doesn't seem like, at least, because my bottom feed tube is still kind of cold. It's not all the way hot. It's warm, but it's not hot like the top ones. So I'm not really sure what's going on right now. So it actually sucked in a lot of air, which means that it opened, and it's still not fixing my issue, unfortunately. But the bottom tube is now as hot as the top tube, which means the thermostat did open, so it should be working now. So my questions, comments, and concerns about this is the bottom tube is hot now, which goes to make me believe that the thermostat opened and everything is working. I saw a bunch of air bubbles. I filled up the rest of the reservoir, so it should be completely bled now, I think. My temps stayed the same. They stayed around halfway. Only problem is my rad fans never turned on. So, and also my idle never fixed. So I'm gonna put it back in the garage. It could still be my IACV because I did put back the OEM one because the other one wasn't seeming to do any different. So I might try to find another OEM one to put in that I know works, and that might fix my issues, but again, not too sure. So right now I'm a little bit stuck, but I know the car is not overheating. It seems to be working, so that's a plus. So the car drives. It has a really hard time starting up when it's cold, and it takes a little bit to warm up, but once it's warm, there's no more idle issues except for the fluctuation. So there's two things that I really think it could be. One, okay, maybe three. It could still possibly be a coolant issue. I don't think it is, but it could be. It could be my IACV again. And the last one, this comment makes sense. So this car doesn't have an exhaust. I have headers that dump straight down, and there's no O2 sensor, and it could be because I don't have an O2 sensor. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get an exhaust for the car. I'm going to get one built by PLM because I have a sponsorship with them. Make sure you guys check them out. So I think once we get the exhaust on, hopefully it'll fix my idle issue. If not, I'm going to try another IACV. If that doesn't work, well, I really don't know. But we're getting so close, and it bothers me that we're like one small issue away now to be like running properly. So I am going to leave you guys off here. Remember, I'm going to try to do weekly content now. Hopefully every Thursday I'm going to upload because, you know, I think it's time to step up our game. So I'm going to leave you guys off here. If you guys could please give me a few things, comment, like, subscribe, keep doing that fun stuff, keep doing you, stay motivated, boys. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out and peace.